What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Chris, and I'm going to be answering a very important question that I get, I would say often. I don't get it as much as the last question. If you guys didn't see that previous video there about is stage 2 reliable for this car, go ahead and check that out. That's the number one question I get. Number 2 would be this one here is, should I lower my car? And should I get springs or coilovers? They go hand in hand. I get one or the other quite often. And personally, I've had H&R lowering springs, and I've had this current setup, the H&R, BCBR, too many fucking acronyms, BCBR racing coilovers, and they've been absolutely great. Sorry, want to enjoy the turbo noises. But anyways, these BCBR series racing coilovers have been fantastic. I do regret getting the H&R springs to start, but I believe I got those to just like test the water to see if I would like it. I know visually it would have looked good, and it did for a little bit, but I ended up wanting more. I wanted it to be like perfect fitment or as close as I could get. I also was it was very appealing to me with the adjustability in the coilovers. The springs, sure, super cost effective, but I would have actually saved a little bit of money if I didn't get the springs, because I spent money on the installation, the order, and the shipping. So it's like that money could have just been put into coilovers, and I would have been happy from the get. So that was a big thing for me. So that was my biggest regret there, was not just going straight to coilovers. I didn't cheap out either. I got like the mid-priced coilovers. These are about $1,000. Probably at the time of making this video, it's a little bit more than $1,000, but they are awesome. I love them. I love how I can adjust them however I want, for whatever setup I want, and they actually ride pretty good. I can take a 3.5 hour plus road trip on the highway, side roads, and my back won't be killing me. Now, mind you, certain bumps are gonna suck ass with coilovers. Doesn't matter what coilovers you get. If you're low, you're on coils. Certain speed bumps are gonna suck. Certain bumps in the road are gonna suck. You're gonna rub. But that's the name of the game. There's pros and cons to everything, and it is what it is. If you avoid those bumps, you won't have any problems. That's what I do. I just pay attention to when I drive, and I rarely ever rub, and you'll be straight, to be honest. With springs, yeah, no, you can be. Really, I believe the driving, like the drivability and like the comfort level, is the same, in my opinion. Actually, maybe no. Maybe I think I'm overthinking this, but I think the coilovers ride better than the springs, which makes sense. Only because there's a fucking iguana in the road. Fucking dumb fuck. He's gonna get himself killed. No wonder why y'all went extinct. Anyways, yeah, I think the coilovers do ride better than the springs, because you gotta remember the stock struts can't really support the lowering springs for so long, because they're not like meant to be compatible. They're just meant to get you low, on a budget, which is fantastic. But if you're a tiny bit of a perfectionist, springs are not for you. And sooner or later, you're gonna make the jump. I've seen it a few times with the homies. The price holds them back at first, and then they end up spending more money because they go to the coilovers. But you live and you learn, and sometimes you got to make the mistake to learn. But 100,000% when I get my next car, if it's going to be the Corvette or the Golf R or the GTI, 100% straight coilovers, no lowering springs. Fuck that shit. Like straight to coilovers. And depending on what car, maybe bags, but I doubt it, because bags are great, air out and all, but like you can't like fine tune the setup. I mean, okay, I'm kind of lying. You can, but it's not gonna be the way you want it. It's going to look great at certain points, but just coilovers will do it for you, especially like on the daily too. For sure, you'll be much happier with them. But yeah, I want to try bags just to get the experience, but guys, definitely don't make my mistake. Please don't make my mistake, guys. Don't make my mistake. Don't get springs, just get the fucking coilovers. Call it a day. If you guys did like the video and found it helpful, you can show your appreciation by liking the video and subscribing. If you guys have any additional comments, you already know I'm super happy to help you all. I really like giving back. So you got any questions or comments, concerns, leave them down below and I will get back to you. I get back to everybody unless I get a smart response. Then I'm like, all right, let it die. All right, peace. Catch you next week.